Breaking news this afternoon. Appeal court sacks Kano governor. Says he wasn't qualified to contest. Oh boy. Appeal court sacks Kano state governor, who is actually an APP person for Kokanso. So Kokanso how market? Hey, now what for this APCO? They will remove almost everybody, I tell you the truth, and put APC everywhere. This is a very bad situation we are facing in Nigeria. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has said that Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf is not qualified to participate in the election that produced him. It thus affirmed the Tribunal's judgment, which declared the All Progressive Congress candidate Nashiru Gawuna winner of the governorship election. The Tribunal, led by the Justice Oluyemi Osadebe, had nullified the election of Governor Abba Yusuf by declaring 165,763 of his votes were invalid. The tribunal held that the ballot papers were not signed nor stamped by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Displeased by the tribunal verdict, Yusuf appealed against the judgment. Now, delivering the judgment on the matter on Friday, the appeal court held that Yusuf was not qualified to contest the election. The three-member panel led by Justice M.A. Adume held that Yusuf was not in the membership register of his political party. Citing a provision of the Electoral Act, he said a party must have the names of its registered members both in hard and soft copies. He also said that Yusuf did not put up any resistance against the allegation. So if you claim you are a member of a party, okay, it's not, okay, your claim. Wow, if you claim you are a member of a party, it's not logical to say so yourself rather than by proxy, the judge asked. How? He said Section 134 of the Electoral Act allowed the court to entertain an averment on the qualification of a candidate in an election. Justice Adume held that the court cannot allow political party acts arbitrary. So he said the Constitution is supreme and binding on all persons, including political parties. Political parties cannot be permitted to circumvent the clear and mandatory provisions of the Constitution. To contest an election, you must not only be a member of a party, but sponsored by that party. So the Electoral Act made it mandatory that the party must keep a register of its members and make it available to INEC before an election. Abba was not a member of his party by the time he was purportedly sponsored by his party. So he was not qualified to, qualified for the election. A court must be consistent with its judgment. So he noted that the tribunal was wrong not to have disqualified Yusuf in its ruling. So the tribunal was wrong not to have disqualified Yusuf in its ruling. The failure to comply with Section 177C is fatal to the election. A person must, where a party carelessly nominates a candidate, such is a nullity irrespective of whether he performs well. Sponsorship without membership is like putting nothing on something. It cannot stand. This is a clear example of acting with brazen impunity as if the Constitution is not binding, he said. Adume, however, berated political parties for always blaming their defeat at the court on the judges. He said the same party will wake up to accuse the judiciary, including infamous allegations of corrupt practices. All the issues are hereby resolved against the appellant. The judgment of the tribunal is hereby affirmed. The sum of 1 million naira is hereby awarded in favor of the first respondent against the appellant. So what is happening now is that the NNPP person now is removed from power. So Kokanso how far? Kokanso that thought is smart. Look at what is passing through now. Even in his own state, he's being quashed. And Ganduje, of all persons, with all corruption cases on his neck, is now excelling in APC. How? Now, wow. what a situation we are finding ourselves in Nigeria. It's okay. So where else again will this Nnpp governor go to now? Yusuf, where are you going to go? Nowhere. So meaning that he's going to vacate that seat now and hand over to APC person to handle. This is a very challenging one. That's why they say before you go to court, check your case very well. Otherwise, settle out of court. Governor was disqualified on two bases. One, he has over 160,000 unstamped votes by INEC. It was declared invalid and deducted. His name is not on the membership register for the party as at the time he won the party primaries. Law says that a party candidate must be a member before they sponsor him. Number three, Number two can be treated as a pre-election and post-election matter, depending on how they present it. That is the essence of having good lawyer, e.g., double nomination of Shetima, a case, and it was not discussed. So they have done something. So it means that the lawyer in Kano probably have done a good job. But then, when it affected Shetima and Tinubu, nothing. They didn't do that. Okay. Now, the issue of nomination, is the issue of nomination not supposed to be a pre-election case? Why has the Court of Appeal entertained it? If certificate issued was ruled out in court as a pre-election matter, why couldn't the nomination issue be a pre-election matter? Army should take over this country, I beg. Exactly. Now, this case they are handling in Kano is exactly what happened in the case of Shetima, and Tinubu in the presidential tribunal and the appeal at the Supreme Court. But they didn't handle it. They said Shetima case was a pre-election matter and they allowed him to go. But now it's happening to governorship candidates in Kano and they're upholding it. What a judiciary that's contradicting itself. The judiciary is just contradicting itself. So, was the issue of candidate qualification on appeal, or that INEC did not stamp the ballot papers used for the election in some parts of the state, leading to the deduction of thousands of Abba Yusuf votes, while that of the APC candidate was not affected? Why is the appeal ruling on issue of nomination and qualification, which is a pre-election matter? Or is it not the Court of Appeal and indeed the Supreme Court that the issues of nomination is entirely an internal affair of the party? This kind of conflicting judgment, now wow, within the judiciary leaves much to be desired, particularly at the Court of Appeals. Sacking the governor using pre-election matter, if so, the election of Tinubu and Shetima are equally null and void. Exactly, but they won't go there. The court is right because this was how the court declared Peter Obi governor in Anambra for same reasons. And it is the same court. So let us not speak trash here. What are you saying? Somebody has replied to him, but that was before the new electoral law. Yes. So what kind of confused judiciary do we have in Nigeria? So it is this morning for hand judges that says who is qualified or not. What is happening with Nigerian election? Nigeria need to start afresh. Nigeria need to start afresh. All this thing we are saying, Nigeria is already benched. It needs to start afresh. Everything needs to be broken down and we start all over again. That is what I submit my case for. So thank you for listening and let's have your comment on this matter. Kano State lost their governor. Zamfara State lost their governor. PDP members of assembly are also lost their election, even in what they call Plateau State. So it is a very serious matter everywhere. All the opposition parties are going. APC people are taking over. So it's one party system that we're getting to. I tell you the truth. Thank you for listening and let's have your comment on this matter.